With Yuta's recent reveals in the Panda epilogue, it made me think back on the story, well, Yuta's character arc specifically, and I came to the realization he might be Gege's favorite character after all. I mean, even Gojo kinda glazed him, saying that he was blessed at birth more so than himself, which is pretty crazy considering the way they treat Gojo's birth like it's the golden glowing baby from My Hero Academia. So I figured we could go down the timeline and just see some of the things that the golden boy of Jujutsu Kaisen managed to achieve in his time throughout the story. But first, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm really close to 1,000 subs on the channel. I greatly appreciate any support and enjoy. So first off, he beat a special grade sorcerer. Well, it's Geto. He is special grade in like the way your mom tells you you are special when you're younger. But all jokes aside, Geto is one of Gege's best written characters, and he's just a victim to being introduced in JJK0 before the concept of RCT and domain expansion. And of course we don't see him for a while until after Shibuya, when he pulls up on Naoya, Yuji, and Choso. And he comes out just straight bully aura. Like, he really made Naoya cuck down to him, then proceeded to put the paws on Yuji, the actual main character, and Choso. I mean, he was just straight dragging Yuji like he was just dirty laundry or something. And he just one-tapped Choso, but we all know that was just a ploy to trick the higher-ups. Yuta's our boy. He even did charity work for this guy who is dressed like he does forklift repair work on the weekends. And he cleaned up the streets. He removed this unhoused gentleman with relative ease. And then after he did that, the narrator glazed him as second only to Satoru Gojo, who is Jujutsu Jesus. We can't forget that in Sendai he also did some bug extermination, which by the way, Kurorushi is given like 90% of the cast major problems. Yuta gave him the kiss of death, literally. To cap off Sendai, he walked away as the winner from the three-way match with Miss Free Everything But the Nipple, and this dude who looks like a random guy from the Grease movie. Sheesh, I know I am getting old when I make movie references like this. I'm cooked. My god, am I cooked. He does look like a greaser though. And I failed to mention, he has a godly ability which allowed him to compile a nice combination of curse techniques. We'll look at those a little later. Oh, and he has the second most curse energy in the verse, second only to Sukuna. Hearing myself say that now makes me think that instead of Golden Boy, he's just Silver Boy. To go even further though, he has RCT and he can output positive curse energy, which is super rare. Basically one-shots curses. Last but not least, I can't forget about Rika. She stores curse energy and curse tools for him. So basically bro is a boss with two phases. After he cleans up Sendai Kani and he gets the points, the next time we really see Yuta make a splash is when he makes good on his promise with the help of the Smooth Brain brothers to Jujutsu Jump Mr. Ken wear the head at Jaku, aka Nurse Jaku. And with achieving that with the help of Rika getting rid of all the extra curses, he goes from one major battlefield to the other major battlefield and squabbles up with the King of Curses. And he gets right to work, opening up his domain expansion right away. And the thing is fucking broken. So much versatility, so much aura, so many katanas. He is the bone of his sword. And within the domain, he actually styles on Sukuna for a bit and shocks the world as Gege gives him an ability fit for a king and cleaves Sukuna. I used to call Yuta Cleave Nash. By the way, within the domain, Yuta can manually select target who gets hit with the sure hit. Alas, here's where Yuta takes his first L and gets chopped in half. Surely there's no way he can bounce back from this. If Gojo didn't survive when his top half divorced the bottom half, then Yuta has to be cooked, right? Ah, for Fuga's sake, he is back and now better looking. But before that, we also find out that Yuta helped Yuji with soul swap training, so he came in clutch there. Just wanted to make a quick note of that because the other person Yuta soul swapped with was Gojo, which I guess he liked the test drive so much, he decided to use his brand new copied curse technique, Body Hop, to actually become Gojo. We found out though that Gojo is a hard agent to main because this is where he takes his second L when he decided to get a form of sleep paralysis. Let's not play dumb though, we all know he gets his original body back, with the only repercussion is him having forehead scars, but guess what, that isn't a negative in his life, because his girl is covered in scars. Even when he loses, he comes out a winner. Look at this happy son of a bitch, smiling with no enemies. A happy ending indeed, as we find out he became the acting head of the Gojo clan at some point in time, which his cousin-in-law is the head of the Zenin, and Yuji, his junior, could be the Kamo clan head. You remember Yuji, right? The actual MC? Well, I think Yuji's protagonist plot armor was never actually transferred over to him. Yuta must have just kept that shit since JJK0. One thing I will say for sure though is he has some pretty punchable grandchildren. And he was forced to keep Panda, so I guess he wasn't lucky there. Nah, that's all jokes. I wonder, however, just how fast he waited to throw Panda in storage. Well anyway, that'll do it for the video. I will put on the screen right now all the curse techniques that he had at one point. Remember, if they regrow the part of the body they lost, he then loses it. So something like Maki and Charles, their curse techniques might have returned to them. I mean shit, he even acted as a representative in order to get Miguel and LaRue. He was very kind to also allow us to use his friend Rika as a movie theater. Now I know this is going to come off as like a video meant to slander Yuta, and it has that kind of tone, I know, but I just kind of played it up. But at one point Yuta was my third favorite character, and to be transparent with you all, he has slid down to say like number 5 or most likely number 6 even, but no more than that. And not because I don't like Yuta anymore, but the last parts of his character just didn't really like land for me. I still think he's a great character and he's badass. He's putting the paws on damn near everybody. He has everything you want in a dope character. But Yuji is my main character always. Thanks for staying for the whole video. Remember, stay normie, stay weeb, shit even in between is fine. Until next time, peace.